Hello, it's stream time. So, getting around to playing Slay the Princess. I was going to play this last Thursday, and then I got For Want of a Nailed, and there wasn't a stream Thursday. So, instead, I'm playing it today. If you don't know, Slay the Princess is another game by Black Tabby Games. Same people who made Scarlet Hollow, which I very much enjoy. And basically, yeah, they are working on it to the side because basically, Scarlet Hollow is a process of it's got to be written, and then art has to happen, and then it all gets shoved together. So, they have downtime when only one of those processes is happening. So, there's a new game that will be out eventually. This, however, is a demo for it. I was originally just gonna not play the demo and just wait for the full release, and what if I didn't do? What if instead of doing that, I didn't do that and I just played the demo? Because why not? It's October. I can do anything spooky I want. Anyway, though, just gonna move this over to mainstream Slay. Alright, so we've got content warnings, and since they're not displaying right here, I'll just read them out right now. Alright, so, content warnings. Suicide, coercion to suicide, death, loss of bodily autonomy, gore, disturbing imagery, body horror, self-harm, unreality, amputation, self-amputation, claustrophobia, and auditory horror. So there you go. Just close that out. So, with that being said, I'll actually play it. I'll also have to check audio levels. Alright, I think I am... Yeah, I'm higher than the menu screen, at least. I'm louder than a menu. Good. Alright, Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. I'm guessing this will probably be the only chapter.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Oh, I see how it is. Just, taking my job, Getting actual voice actors for this one. Alright, fine.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yeah, look at me, I'm professional. I can actually read stuff. Well, at least I still have one position. I can still read my own dialogue. So let's see, what do we got for options in the world? What are we talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Can't somebody else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? I'm super into nihilism. I've always wanted an awful monarch. Alright, so, do I continue being petty about a narrator existing? Do I just turn around and leave?
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Well, if you've got a voice, maybe you know everything, buddy. Old pal, old friend. I do like the little change in perspective, the way you move the mouse around. That's cool. So far, it's just a neat effect. I don't know if this is going to do anything, but it is neat. Nope. I'm just gonna shout, nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
I do.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Oh, sure. You can say that. Definitely wasn't just doing this out of petty spite. Oh no, definitely not. Don't get too big for your britches, voice of the hero.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
Maybe it's a different
How
cabin.
convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around again and leave. Again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing
aren't
this.
Emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
No, I refuse.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Also, I'm only doing the petty spite option because this is a demo.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
A universe? Bite me. Can I change which finger the cursor is using? Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
They're called trees, thank you.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
I've solved the housing crisis. I don't see why this would be a bad thing.
Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
That's exactly how I feel in this moment, narrator. Thank you for acknowledging that.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Hell yeah, speedrun. Oh, there is a chapter 2. Despite everything, I've reached a second chapter.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Let's see. Oh yeah, there are walls now. Definitely going to slay that princess. Alright, well, you know. It's not necessarily that I want to leave and not slay a princess. I'm just, acting out of spite. So, hey narrator, what's going on?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
No, that's a lie.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yeah, screw this guy. They might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day.
Oh, contrarian. You are the voice I want to listen to for this playthrough.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
Don't listen to what's going on in my head.
Still, the world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. You are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Oh, la-di-da, I'm the narrator. I'm the only important voice. Alright, I've only got so many choices this time. Well, I mean, there's only one contrarian one, so let's just keep going.
You know
with
I can
that.
tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
Don't just read the little thing that says lie next to my choices.
I have one last warning for you. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Don't believe her lies. Gotcha.
Maybe we should believe her.
Oh, okay, contrarian. Bringing up some good points here.
Maybe she isn't a liar.
Alright, that's 2 out of 3 saying, don't slay a princess.
Ignore them, they're just being difficult for the sake of it.
So am I. You failed to recognize
The
this.
interior of the cabin is odd, the air smelling faintly of plastic, the wood of the walls fitting together at uncomfortable angles. The only furniture is a plain wooden table, its legs all the wrong lengths, causing it to tilt towards the door. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Contrarian, you wanna
If
weigh
he
in on
wants
this?
us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust.
Okay.
Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyways?
You got a point, contrarian.
I, for one, would rather have it. We
Oh.
don't really know what we're dealing with here.
Got dueling voices.
Already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Well, if I'm dealing with a princess, then I just have to go find Bowser. Who do I believe, the hero or the contrarian? Well, I mean, operating out of petty spite, we're just gonna enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old wooden staircase. The steps are warped and shoddily constructed. The air seeping up from below is heavy, oppressive, with an odd stink to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Or she could move anywhere else.
Her voice carries up the stairs, its multi-tonal lilt adding to the already uneasy atmosphere.
Hello. Is someone there?
This isn't what I expected her to sound like. What is she? I think we'd all like to know.
Well, that's not very contrarian.
You're
of
playing
you.
a dangerous game by coming down here unarmed. You carefully make your way down the stairs. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view.
Hey.
She locks eyes with you, one moving a little faster than the other. The loose skin of her face stretches into something resembling a smile. Good lord. Something in her neck bulges, roiling under her skin as she starts to speak, her voice pouring out between her closed teeth.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I had a friend.
See, narrator, you wanted me to come this direction. Alright, so there's 7 endings in the demo, and many more ways to die. Well, I mean, I guess that was an ending, though. I got a to be continued, so I was fine. Yep, everything turned out perfectly. Couldn't be better. It's what you get, narrator, for being rude. Alright, so. Since there's 7 endings in the demo, I'm definitely gonna give this a few more tries. Don't know if I will get all of the endings, but I can give it a shot. See how many endings I can get in the next hour and a half. So let's try again.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright, so this time I'm fine with the existence of a narrator, so... well, let's forget that I've already done an ending, and I have already seen the princess as a horrifying abomination, so, what would I do in this situation? Killing a princess seems kinda bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Okay, fair point. So, of course, like Scarlet Hollow, when a thing says explore, that does mean it'll take you to, different dialogue rather than, just progressing. Also, I'm gonna move this real quick because chat's in a slightly awkward place. There we go, that's better. Anyway, so let's see. So, what
I'm
about this
talking
end of the
about
world,
end
though?
of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
I mean, that was kind of, the definition of end of the world. That didn't really give me any new information. But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Okay, there we go. Exactly what I want to ask. Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
I don't know. You're not suspending my disbelief enough, narrator. That's your job. That's on you. Have you ever considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
No, it's an explore option. It's fine.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Alright, walk me through it.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Alright, I'd like to fight a metaphorical
Unless,
chicken.
of course, you do your job and slay her.
Alright, I'm not gonna be a downer this time. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
I mean, that just makes it sound like you don't want me to hear her side of the story.
Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
I mean, that's kind of outdated at this point. When's the last time a princess needed to be saved?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Alright, proceed in the cabin. I have no choice.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I wonder if it's significant that it's on the edge of the table this time, because I'm pretty sure it was at the center in the other playthrough.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Alright. Let's take
You
the blade.
take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
No, I think cleaning the place would be doing her a favor.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Less ominous this time.
It's commanding. Almost as though she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Let's see. Alright, if we're trying to negotiate, just that shouting, hey, I think I'm here to kill you, probably not great. Let's just do a greeting. I don't see why not.
Don't be
Hi.
a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Okay, you're kind of leaping right in there, buddy. We're trying to be neutral here.
Focus on the task at hand.
Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
I can talk with a knife.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I don't want to tighten my grip. That makes me seem threatening. See, I just want to go in there and talk. Look. Have you ever talked to somebody just brandishing a knife at you for the whole conversation? It's not that bad. You just look at them and they're really paying more attention to the gleam of the blade. It's fine. They're just distracted. The human attention span is like that sometimes. They're not trying to kill you. But tightening my grip before going in, I don't know. Alright, I still think this is the neutral thing to do.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
Poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Alright, not really arguing your position very well.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing. She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
It's not a hesitation, it's conversation. I'm sorry, can we just talk?
You're so close. Don't give up. You've come this far.
It's not giving up, don't be so negative.
No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
There you go, voice of fear. See? There we go. That's fine.
Oh? Threatened now, are we? You poor thing. Drop the knife. And of course we can talk.
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Tough negotiator. Fine then, I guess we're at an impasse.
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
No, I refuse. Alright, just... God, do I want to just go to stare the princess while holding onto the blade? No, we gotta talk this out. I'm gonna use my words. Are you sure you don't want to talk?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Tough nut to crack.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever.
Or can we?
Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
Okay, alright, fair point. No more choices, huh? Well, anyway, let's drop the blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Hey, there was conviction to that drop.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just... talk.
Well, I mean, that's on you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. We don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So, this is a pretty awkward start to a relationship.
Are you coming on to me? Are we dating? Alright, well, let's just ignore if we say it's pretty awkward, then it's only going to get more awkward. You know, we can't draw attention to it. We've got to just be confident, so... I want to get straight to the point, but we should probably ask her name, because nobody's told us that yet. Alright, so, what's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Can I do it in the voice of Body Rock from WarioWare? Anytime I refer to you, it's just, Your Majesty.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
I mean, that is a fair point. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Okay, a little vague.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Maybe it's because I'm not getting straight with her. Alright, so let's just get straight to the point then. So, there's people out there who think you're a threat to the world. What do you have to say about that? What's your side of the story?
Don't just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of... monster?
I mean, I'm trying to stay neutral here.
Did they even bother to tell you how I'm supposed to end the world? Because that just doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd be capable of.
I wasn't told anything. Wild, right? Now, narrator has had some good points, so we're not going to be completely distrustful. I was hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're asking.
I believe her.
One of us is convinced.
She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
Look, at the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
Yeah.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
Yeah, I just finished playing Dark Souls, so like, I know that if you were a threat, your health meter would appear and then we'd have a whole thing.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or any other number of good things that I'm sure you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
Not really a good point to bring up in your favor.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So, do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
I mean, that's a fair point. Hey, narrator, are you in jail, narrator?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
You do have a point there. Anyway, what was that about, relationship? So, how would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
Well, that's ominous.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here. And if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
You're not into that one either, hero?
She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Not really.
You know why you're here.
I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Exactly, hero. You get me.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. We can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
Okay, that's a bit threatening.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
I think we've demonstrated by this point, I'm pretty against doing choices this time. I made my choice. I'm locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
Hopefully I at least took that knife.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
Oh, thank God. I was afraid I already committed to not slaying her. No, I see no way this can possibly go wrong. We're sticking to the plan and locking her down here.
It'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the
That'll
door,
do it.
locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
That I did not take with me,
Okay.
it seems.
We can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrible. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it.
I was being fair.
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
All it does is ease my guilty conscience. You know what? This is on you. Threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience.
These aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep. And I'll make sure you never see the light of day again.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
I mean, that's my fault for going to bed.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
I didn't, though.
Try and stumble to your feet, as though you're... Then you're thrown on the floor. Why do you want? Your sword. Uphold the truth. Lying around doesn't.
I mean, I will say this is your fault, but, I'm just stating facts here. You are fucked. I didn't question the relationship part of this at all. I'll keep going forward with that. Okay, but what's the order of those shutdowns? I need to know. This is important information.
Well,
I do seem to be dying very rapidly.
In breath. It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Damn, sucks for me. Oh, we're in chapter 2. It's fine.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Now, technically, there's no proof of that. Only I died. But I died. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Are we sure we don't just want to turn around and hightail it out of here? She's going to do unspeakable things to us if we go back there.
Oh, I see. That's my voice now. This is you. This is what you sound like when you try to compromise.
Oh, is there another one of us in here?
Yeah. Last time it was a contrarian, and I like that guy.
You're a voice of reason, right? Tell them we shouldn't go to the cabin. Tell them we shouldn't even bother. You are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff that pathetic little voice to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Alright, yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin.
I have one last warning for you. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Oh God, we can't go in there. Do either of you feel sick? Because I feel sick just thinking about that place. We're going to die. You should be careful. There's something very wrong going on here. Ignore them. They don't know what they're talking about. She's just a princess. No reason to get all freaked out.
Alright, I'm just gonna proceed into the cabin then.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only item of furniture is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Well, this is definitely different then.
No. The basement door. It isn't there anymore. She could be anywhere. It's just a frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. No, what did you do? This isn't how things are supposed to go. She's supposed to be an ordinary princess.
Oh, wait, hold on a sec. Oh, hey, buddy. Why are you saying that? Thought she was a monster.
It won't do you any good.
Digging these guys over here. Oh shit, you seeing this? She's freaky.
Before you even have a... the floor as your lungs seize up.
You and I.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
That's quick.
I'm sorry.
Got an achievement for that that's just the nightmare. But it's just the fucking Lion King pose from the start. Just with a baby princess doll instead of a lion. Alright, so still got time to do more though. Got time to do more. So, let's start again. Here in the princess, you know what? I've learned from my mistakes this time. I don't need to listen to what you have to say. We're just gonna fucking go. I'm gonna fucking walk towards the cabin. We're speedrunning this shit. Here we go.
You make your way up.
Yep.
Warning.
Yeah, don't worry. I already know what's going on.
She's a prince. Ignore him.
I am ignoring him. We're gonna proceed. We don't need to know any of this stuff.
The interior of the blade.
That's great. I'm taking the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
Yeah, we're going down.
The door to the basement creaks open.
Look, if there was a
revealing
railing here, I'd be
staircase.
sliding
A
down.
voice carries-
Who's there?
It's commanding. Oh, don't let it
I don't
fool
need to
you.
listen to you, narrator. I'm sliding down the stairs. Here I go.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
She's a threat to my
Focus
runtime.
on the task at hand.
Are you here to kill me or something?
I'm here to get a world record. Here I go. Let's see, is there... I'm just gonna steal my nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steal your resolve.
I'm doing a backwards long jump over to the princess.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
I was too wishy-washy last time. I'm going for it
I'm
this
probably
time.
chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
You sound very tough for somebody witnessing a person entering and going, Yahoo, Yahoo, and then just kind of going Yahoo, but like it's only the first half second of that clip, all the way over to
Do you
you.
hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing. She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
All right, let's slay the princess. Here I go, world record.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it?
Fucking got him. Also, what is up with my entire situation? Just arm-wise.
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming, but I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
I do not answer. I no-clip out of the room.
There it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes and the terrifying conviction in her words. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Yeah, can I hit the timer? Are we good? I mean, I should be certain, right? If I'm doing a speed run, I mean, I should be aware that it's not over yet. Of course not. That was too easy. I can't stop the
It's
timer.
over. Don't get all worked up. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you.
That's for someone else to clean up. Also, I just realized my cursor is the arm I had, basically, with the weird skin and feathers.
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
I did it.
Only
Oh
the
no.
world saved
I know
from
clip too
certain
hard.
doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of space.
Shit, I dropped right below the floor. I'm just in the skybox now. God, it's only a matter of time before I hit the kill plane.
What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
That is not reassuring. Oh, okay.
I'm so glad you're keeping an open mind. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
But the runtime is terrible.
Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Hell no. You have any idea how to get the heck out of here?
I do, but you're probably not going to like it.
Am I gonna have to play the game normally?
The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
Oof.
I can hear everything you say, little. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, And I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
Okay, are you the self-sacrificing
He's
kind of
right.
hero?
It's the only way out.
Ooh, jeez,
Do you
that's
hear
rough, buddy.
that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
I mean, I don't really like this
You
cabin
not.
that much.
There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Anything to get us the hell out of this hell.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
Well, that's good, because I kind of figured it'd be kind of moldy by now.
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Look, you don't have to be sarcastic, buddy. Ooh, the Spectre. It's gonna
You're
be a
on
ghost
a
again.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Alright, slay the princess. Run two,
You're
here I go.
to slay her. I have one last. She will lie.
Yeah, I already know.
You're right. She won't be a problem.
Oh, you're the murderer voice.
I'm not sure I'm a fan of my new roommate.
Me
I
neither.
think there's a lot more to this situation than we've been told. The situation couldn't be more straightforward. Just ignore him.
I mean, it is straightforward, but geez. And I mean, now that I have another voice in my head, like, that's just gonna add to the runtime. I'm losing so many frames.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only item of furniture is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge.
Alright, so is she going to be pre-dead or a ghost? Or both, I guess.
Before you have a chance to
Oh,
even
hey, there
think
she
about
is.
taking it, the top of a head appears from underneath the floorboards. Two deep-set eyes
Aw,
stare
hey.
up at you,
How's it
followed
going?
by a mischievous skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
Oh, some people consider this cheating, but, in a previous file I did kill her already, so, I am saving time. She is already dead.
A ghost! Oh, wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
I mean, I wouldn't really be asking that question, Voice of the Cold. You seem very bad at this.
Oh, it's you. Hiya, killer. I guess we've got some things to talk about, haven't we? Like how you murdered me?
Yeah, like, could I save any frames on that one, though? Like, I feel like I could have done that faster. Ah, well. I won't be able to, know that just yet, though. Won't be able to discuss all the frames I've been missing. Because that's the end of that route for the demo. Alright, so that's 3 of the 7 endings. What do I want to do now? So is there an auto advance option? I'm just, backgrounds, I want that. Skip. But I want skip scene text. Or maybe that's just, there's a skip option? Is there a skip option? Let's see, accessibility. Dialogue activates the interface. Okay, so advances dialogue, that's selecting choices. So if I just press space. it's also got self-voicing, neat. Alright, I think for now I can just start up. Don't need to be skipping around yet.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Do I do a nihilism run? You know what? Why the hell not? After last time, I'm just like, I don't know. I save everybody, but then I'm trapped in space? Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Have you heard of the speedrunner to nihilism pipeline? It's very common. Can't someone else do this?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Forget it. I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning. She will We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him.
Alright, I'm gonna proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entire. The blade is your
You know what, if I want the world to end, I'm just gonna enter the basement. Nihilism % run. Sorry, it's a holdover from the speed run.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a stair. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Let's see. Hey, I think I'm here to slay you.
You must have the wrong address.
Oh, please tell me I can leave.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
I really wish I could just leave after that, like, oh, okay, bye.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
Alright, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
Let's see. I mean, I'm going for world-ending % run. I wasn't kidding when I said I was sent here to kill you. You're apparently a threat to the world.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
Oh, I don't.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
For so long. Weren't you
Did
paying
they
attention?
tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
No, nobody's being specific. I was hoping you'd tell
I don't
me.
know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
Well, what's the point then?
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about.
Yeah, but like... I was kind of
Do you
hoping you'd
really
destroy
think I
the
can even end
world.
the
You know,
world?
can?
Why would I even want to?
I mean, I can think of a few
We
reasons.
both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Look, chances are you know somebody who could destroy the world. That's what I'm
Don't
looking
let her
for
turn
here.
the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything. One person. And a subjugating monarch, no less.
Alright, if I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating? Or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
I mean, I feel like you of all people should capitalize on that sort of detail. Hmm? It's a story detail, what you've been eating or drinking. I'm not gonna take the Mr. Science Theater excuse for this. I'm not going to repeat myself, this is just a game, I should really just
Okay, but
relax.
Actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
That's an important detail. Alright, well, I'm gonna get you out of here. Don't make me regret this. End the world.
Only making this more difficult.
Thank you, and you won't. I promise.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Well, I mean, we haven't even tried the door. Maybe it was just somebody saying click.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Hey, you kinda locked the door?
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I feel like this is on you, narrator. You have weird cabin manipulation powers. You sent us to
I
space.
heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates
jeez.
before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
You know, I was thinking about making a chew through your arm joke earlier,
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal.
No, yeah, he just did that, and let's,
Blade
there we
from
go.
Upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
I mean, let's just free her.
Fine.
I told you this is a nihilism % run. We're ending the world.
Against
I mean,
your
oh
better
geez, yep.
judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
That's the face of somebody who's very disappointed she didn't get to finish eating through her own arm.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't. She clutches the wound, softly smiling as her gaze meets yours.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Alright, let's approach the locked door.
No. Have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. I can't just let her escape into the world.
Are you gonna send me to
As the
space
princess
again?
approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Oh no, you're just gonna force narration on
Wait,
me.
this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
No.
Oh, I thought this was all a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges. Wait, she dodges?
Oh look, somebody else can do things that you don't narrate.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
I'm sorry. I can see you're doing your best to resist what's happening to you. I'll try and make this quick.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. You feel her claws on your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease.
What do you mean somehow? She ate her own arm.
You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained red as your blood seeps into the fabric. When she manages to escape from this place and bring ruin to the world, know that it was all your fault.
Don't try to guilt trip
Can't just
me.
end like this, right?
No, it won't. We're gonna get the beginning
As
of
much as
chapter
I
2.
prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry. It's over.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
I'm gonna be hearing that a lot, huh? The damsel. But who is the damsel?
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to
Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Patently untrue.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Alright, who's my voice this time?
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. We can help her. We just have to find a way. Oh, is there another one of us in here?
Yeah, this guy seems alright.
Help her? Need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago. Sure, and all of us in here definitely believe you. Just stay focused on the task at hand.
I wonder what would happen if I tried to leave during a chapter 2. Because there's no wall up yet. I've already done this dialogue, but yep, okay. Definitely gonna slay that princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. I have one last. She will lie. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
He probably knows that you winked.
Did you just say the word wink out loud?
He did.
No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the prince.
Alright.
The interior of the cabin is almost
All right.
entirely empty.
Closed door.
The air stale and musty. The blade is your...
This time I'll take the knife.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Sure, that's definitely what I'm gonna do.
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice carries...
Hello? Is someone there?
It's even more hypnotizing than before.
Is it more hypnotizing than before, or is that just what we want it to be?
Damn voice of the doubting, just saying what we're all
I think
thinking.
we're in love.
For everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just don't let her charm you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I'm not even doing an Otome run this time, voice of hero.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
I think
of
she
the
got more
basement.
chibi.
She's still so beautiful. And she has both of her arms again. Did everything we just went through actually happen?
It must have, because she's different. Can't you tell?
Yeah, you and me, voice of doubting, jeez.
You. I remember you. You're going to help me get out of here, right?
Cut off there. I am looking forward to Teamwork Percent Run, though. Why do I keep calling these percent runs? Do I go in for another speed run, though? And I've got to get myself away from speedrun percent, right? It's just too ingrained. I keep bringing it up, but maybe I have to get closer to it to get away from it. So, chapter 1. Here we go again. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution! We're best friends with the narrator this time.
You make your way
even
up
though I don't
the
trust him
short path
anymore.
to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning. Before she will... We're not going to go through. Ignore him.
Alright, proceeding to the cabin.
The interior of the blade. You take the blade from the table. The door to the basement, her voice.
Who's there?
It's Commander.
Me again.
Almost. Don't let it fool you.
Alright, hey, I think I'm
You
here to
must
kill
have the
you.
wrong address.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
I don't need surprise. I'm gonna be straightforward about this. Hello.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly.
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Not at all. Yeah, it wasn't a joke.
Okay, well, what if you didn't kill me?
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked?
Don't kill the princess, just hit the
Don't you
bricks.
dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
You gonna tighten the grip?
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
Poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Oh, you're approaching me?
So, you
Can't
should
stab you
just
to death
drop
without
it.
getting closer.
Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing. She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Alright, I don't know what the princess version of regicide is, but I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Just gonna glare at
You
her.
stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
Yes. Squint at the princess even harder.
Squint even harder.
Down with a monarchy, question mark?
So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
And it's gonna be her. Right, fine, we'll drop the blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clap.
I'm only doing this because I'm pretty sure if I slay her immediately, I'm gonna get the, cold voice
Thank you.
again.
Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reason.
So, this is a pretty awkward start to a relationship.
Let's see. Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
You're apparently gonna end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster? Did they even bother to tell you how I'm supposed to end the world? Because that just doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd be capable of.
What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
Princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think what I do really matters. Look, at the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to...
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life and that you
I've gone
don't
through
really
this.
know me, do you?
She's right about one thing.
Like I said, it's... So, do you trust me?
She's wrong.
Alright, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Down with the monarchy.
You charge the princess.
Oh no,
blade
she's
trembling
played
in
Punch
your
Out, she's
hand,
ready.
But you've already lost the battle. She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
She doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down.
I was gonna say I was gonna do one last run after this, and that'd be the Otome run, but I feel like we're already on it.
As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat, with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity.
I mean, I didn't get to go, you said relationship, do you like me? But, you know, immediately getting just fucking brutally murdered. I feel like that's how these usually
You
end.
shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
I mean, it wasn't fear. I was just looking for the Viva la Revolution option.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
There's always one route in an Otome game that ends like this, right?
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes black, and you die.
Alright, and then we get the scene where Little Mac puts the belt on the ground and leaves boxing forever.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to...
Let's see, Oh, don't you worry, I'll gladly slay that princess. She's got it
Such
coming.
magnificent gusto. We'll all be in the clear in no time.
This time, I'm gonna find the kill the monarch option.
I have one last warning for you. She will lie.
It's not her lies that'll stop us.
It's the copious amounts of kicks.
I must admit, I'm a little worried about going back in there. I don't want to be as much of a downer as my new roommate, but we were definitely outclassed last time. She seems more demon than princess. Ignore them, they don't know what they're talking about. She's just a princess. Don't get all in your head about it.
She's a princess, but she put all her points into kick. Alright, last time was Demure. What's this one gonna be?
The interior of the cabin
This is a
larger
weird
than it should
perspective.
be. The only item of furniture is a plain wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay, I think I'm shorter for this one. I think everything is like at a more forward angle, because usually it's like you're kind of looking downwards, right? Just a little bit. Now it's all straight ahead.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah, it's a shift in perspective. We've changed the camera angle to emphasize her powerful kicks that are going to kill me.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Yeah, but how am I gonna beat those guns? I'm bringing a knife to a gunfight.
The door to the basement
And the guns are her
opens,
arms.
revealing an old wooden staircase. The steps are wide and deep. The air seeping up from below is heavy and oppressive, with an odd, eggy stink to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It's me again.
Somehow even fiercer than it was before. Of course it is.
Don't let it intimidate you. You carefully make your way down the stairs. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, a large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Okay, you could just flex and destroy that thing right now. Let's not beat around the bush. We know what you're going
Is
to do
it
here.
just me, or is she bigger than last time? It looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
My thoughts exactly.
I told you. It's pointless.
I was wondering when I might have company. Free me from my bindings, and maybe I'll let you live for a while.
The achievement icons are always so good. Alright, so I think that was 5 endings, right? thereabouts. I think I'm on ending 5. Alright, well, I was hoping for, not Regicide, whatever the princess version of Regicide was. I was hoping to be all rah-rah slay the princess without going into the cold run, but that seems to be, more Cold's thing. Though there might have been a slightly different ending since I wasn't silent for the whole thing, but, well, I don't need to figure them all out. Alright, one more.
You're on a
Let's
path.
be cute
You're
about
here.
this. Killing this princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
But that could... Look, I could date them both on this route. I'm going for the true ending route. Ah, jeez, I don't know, I'm too nervous.
You're just going to turn around and leave?
Yeah,
Do you even know where you're going?
no. I'm just gonna keep going.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Ah,
That's
jeez.
strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Ah, jeez. Alright, fine. I'm gonna go into the cabin.
That's great to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying, I think this will all resolve splendidly.
What about this is
A
fiery?
warning. She will lie. Fortunately, she's only a princess, whereas you are a valiant and talented warrior. It'll be easy, so long as you stay focused.
Ah, jeez, the narrator doesn't know I cheated on the warrior
We can't
test.
just
I'm not
go
actually a
through
good
with this
warrior.
and listen to him. She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the blade is your...
Alright, I guess since taking the blade does lead to me being awkward, that I'm trying to see if I can get an ending based on that, so let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather...
Alright, let's enter the basement.
The door to the basement... Her voice.
Who's there?
It's commanding. Almost as though she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you.
Just checking in on
Oh.
you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the prince.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Why'd you even think that?
Maybe because of the giant knife you're holding?
This is for pie.
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it.
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do.
Alright, let's drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Oh, jeez, I'm really not good at this sort of thing.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just... talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
We'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make...
So, this is a pretty awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
Not to make things even more awkward, but do you know why you're here to kill me?
No, I can't say I do. I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal
We've
Highness.
seen this.
Note the lack of detail.
How long have you been
Too
down
long.
here?
Again, she.
Alright, there's people out there who think you're a threat to the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
Just how long has she been down here?
Did they even bother to tell you how I'm supposed to end the world? Because that just doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd be capable of.
No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We can figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Actually, I've changed my mind. I don't trust you. Alright, I'll see what I can do.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas?
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm
Yes,
sure
you
we'd
might
be
too.
nonchalant about. You attempt to make your way out of the basement. Is someone else here?
Alright, we already know what's going on here. Gonna return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Alright, I'm pretty sure her tone's changed from the last time this happened.
You
So it is a
won't
little
like
different.
what happens if you do that.
But I'm still gonna go for Free the Princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp. She didn't so much as utter. The princess clutches. How is she so composed?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any
Is
of that.
this one
As the
again?
princess
It's
approaches.
a little
Wait,
different.
This isn't fair. Watch me.
I guess I'll do this time.
Bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally.
I guess earlier I should have done the kill the princess
Okay.
one.
There's no going back now. Though the blade left a deep gash in her shoulder, she barely so much as flinches, turning around to stare at you incredulously.
Are you serious? I don't know what came over you, but if we're doing this, I guess I'll have to kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? I can beat you to death with one. But I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
Oh no, the powerful kicks are back.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see that razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing. Before you have the opportunity to make another move, she rears back and hits you with a bone-shattering haymaker.
Damn, the whole full-on
You
haymaker.
fall to your knees. You're barely able to bring your trembling arm up to defend yourself before she hits you again.
I think that's the wrong picture.
Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter.
Okay,
with
it's a
every
back and
impact,
forth thing.
Unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you. If we're lucky, the wound you manage to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, we'll kill her before she gets out.
Too weak to even try fighting back. How disappointing.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground.
And whose fault is that, narrator?
Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess.
No, I'm familiar with the powerful
It
kicks.
can't just end like this, right? I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, this is the Fury again.
You're on a path. You're here.
I guess I'll just proceed to the cabin?
I have. She will. It's not. I must.
Yeah, it's Voice of the Broken.
The interior of the blade.
Alright, I'm just gonna go down.
The door to her fierce voice.
Who's there?
It's me.
Fiercer than
Of course. Don't let it into. You're playing a danger.
Why even bother with the knife? It wouldn't have done us any good. We should just give up and pledge ourselves to her.
You carefully make your way down the stairs. As you descend the final step, is it just me, or is
I told you.
I was wondering when I might have company.
Yeah, I can't free it from the binding because I don't have a knife. Alright, so that was the same ending. Alright. So, how does loading work? So I'm just curious. Okay, so it's, gotta manually save. Alright, here I go.
you're
Alright,
here?
one more time. Let's see.
Does it?
Da-da-da-da-da.
Fine, good. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange.
Alright, we'll go in the cabin.
She fortunately. We can't just ignore.
Probably do want to do another, don't take the knife run, I guess.
The interior of the blade.
But I am curious. Gonna take the
You take-
blade to the basement. Because I didn't get the second dialogue option. I want to see if that
Door to
matters.
her voice.
Who's there?
It's command.
Don't let it.
I was gonna choose it as the second thing, but, you know, I started awkward and, you know, I warned myself earlier about being awkward. It just makes the situation worse, and then we just get trapped in the awkwardness.
Oh? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten.
You walk down.
She's so.
Focus on the task.
Are you here to kill me or something? Maybe because.
The blade.
Don't you dare.
It's fine.
Alright. Gonna drop it.
The blade
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
against your.
We'll be fine.
Don't know what you're hoping to accomplish.
So, this is a pretty awkward start to a relationship.
Relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Do you know why I'm here to kill
Do
you?
you?
I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk, but this isn't talking.
Alright, so more annoyed than usual.
Too long.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Alright. We've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what?
You know why you're...
Okay, so... If I go for her immediately, she's going to beat me to death. That'll just be the Fury again. I guess I'll be a liar, so I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
Narrator, I'm going for the
You
long
walk up to
con.
the chains binding them. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere doubtful. Whoever locked...
Alright, well,
I'll be here.
gonna go upstairs,
You
gonna get
attempt
locked
to make your
out.
way out. Is someone else... Your shouts. You're here to sleep.
Alright, gonna return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. The knife.
You won't like what...
Alright, surprise! Pocket sand!
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down. The princess flinches as you strike, and your weapon sinks into her shoulder.
You bastard. If I have to kill you to leave this place, I'll do it.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see that razor sharpness in her gaze? I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's unarmed, and there's nothing she can do to hurt you.
Disagreed,
I'm
but
not
I'll
so
keep going.
sure. Don't waver now. As you raise your blade to strike again, she kicks out, knocking your legs out from under you.
The powerful kicks, narrator, I keep telling you.
The two of you
Alright,
stop,
it's this
forget
one
trying to
again.
rescue.
Oh, wait, no. This time, though, it's about survival. Alright, gonna slay her.
You roll out of her grasp and shakily push yourself back to your feet.
Maybe I've got this.
Though every inch of you is in pain, the princess probably has it worse. Blood pours out from countless gashes, staining her once pristine dress. She pauses for a moment, catching her breath, staring at you with wild eyes. We can still turn this around.
I'm gonna... Actually, what was the menu again? It was... Escape? Yes, save. I'm gonna save here. Gonna see if I can get a different ending. If I try to finish the job. If it's just Fury again,
You
I'll
steel your resolve
come
and
back.
take another step towards the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure she won't make it out of here either.
Oh, thanks, narrator.
Excuse me? What was that about not making it out of here alive?
Yeah, hero. Doesn't believe in us.
Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now.
I don't see you fighting to the death,
Can
narrator.
you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. For the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
Damn, this sucks, huh?
This was fun. You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
No, we're just kind of in a death loop forever.
There it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes and the terrifying conviction in her words. But you don't have the time to worry over her words.
'Cause I'm dying.
Everything goes black, and you die.
Yeah, thanks, narrator. Oh, now you don't have to send the cabin to space. Oh, everything's so much more convenient for you, narrator. It's the Fury again. A lot of Fury.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to...
But I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. There's nothing we can do to stop.
Okay, so it's still Voice of the Broken, so it's
Is there
definitely...
another one of us? If you go to the cabin, you are never going to slay her with that
So there are
attitude.
different
Stuff that
routes
pathetic
to...
little voice
Well,
the back of your
different
mind
ways
and
to a
stay
route, rather.
focused on the task ahead.
Screw this. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange.
What happens if I turn around and leave
Really
in
keen
chapter
on
2?
wasting everyone's time, huh?
Just gonna keep going down the path.
Silence is But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now,
Alright.
there's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're
Right, so
making
far this is the
wrong
same,
one for
just-
pretty much everyone who... And here we go. As you trudge into the woods at something, at first it's little flickers out of the corner of your... But as you focus on your surroundings, in every
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course, you lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness.
Chapter 2 again. The Stranger again.
You're on a path. You're here to... What are you talking about? Those walls have always been there. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost, or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe...
Yeah, screw this.
Okay, so
By
we're back to
ruining it
Contrarian,
still.
so it's just this
The
again.
world...
Alright, I'm gonna load, I think. Because that just led to Fury or Stranger. Okay, what if I give up, though?
As the force of her blows overwhelms your body, the blade falls from your trembling hands, clattering uselessly to the cobblestones below. I suppose the will to finish the job. The princess, wounded but still alive, stands to face you. She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you to the ground. Her knee slides to your throat and your windpipe.
It seems like it's just gonna
the
be
weight
Fury
you
again.
didn't think her frame could possibly possess.
Pathetic.
I feel like this has to be the
This is
video
the end.
thumbnail.
Isn't it? Everything goes black, and you die.
It's just Fury again. Alright, so... I might be unable to find, Oh, whoops. Did not mean to save. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Did not take that. Okay. Might just be that I'm stuck at 5 endings. Unable to find the 6th or the 7th ending. Game just really wants me to fight Buff Princess, which, you know, that...
The princess
Look,
is
I'd be
still
fine
chained
with
to the
that. I'm
wall.
just trying to explore
There's
my
nothing she
options.
can do to stop you from getting out of here. What if she doesn't succumb to her wounds? Whatever she is, she's so much more dangerous than I thought she'd be. You rush up the stairs and dive past the threshold. You're safe. For now. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make... She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier.
We could just burn the cabin down.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it.
He stabbing you almost to death? I can
know
see
the
that.
kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I know going to sleep isn't going to go well. Seems like this is also going to be an ending I already got. So all that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster.
I can be innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
No, I win moral victory.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall.
Ah. Looks like it's
You
this
jolt
ending
awake in the
again.
middle of the night.
Where is she?
Yep,
Thanks for helping me
ghost.
get out of that.
You try and stumble to your feet.
Whose side are you?
Yours, of course. It's closer.
You don't look like you. Wonderful.
It can't be.
I'm sorry. Everything goes dark.
Alright, so this is just... Yep, nightmare again. Fair enough.
You're on a path in the woods.
I'm guessing
And
the
at the
other
end of that
endings I
path
didn't get must
is a
be
cabin.
on
You're
the other
here
side
to
of
slay.
Don't Take the Knife. Okay,
Oh,
no.
don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all.
If he doesn't remember what happened, are we sure we don't just?
Yep, and it's voice of the meek
You're
again.
a voice of.
You are never going to slay her.
Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin. Wow, there were
one
two
last
more ways I could have
She will die.
died.
Oh God! You should be careful.
Ignore them.
Well, regardless, while we wrap this
The
up...
interior of the blade is your.
No. It's just she's already. No.
Go ahead and take your little.
Oh, I forgot about these guys.
Your legs go numb before.
So, closing stuff. While I get murdered
I
once
didn't think
again.
you'd come back.
Alright, so... Definitely digging this, though. I like how this time around, it's similar to Scarlet Hollow in that you have different aspects, except you don't choose them at the start, you get them based on how you play.
Everything goes dark.
Seems like you always start
and
with a
you
hero,
die.
and you'll get at least one more voice in your head.
I'm sorry.
I don't know how much they'll come into play, if they'll get replaced mid-runs, or if you just start gathering them up. Didn't get this one? That one looks like Fury, but I'm not entirely sure. I think that was the Stranger. Don't think I saw that one either. But yeah, man, they very effectively cliffhanged all of this, because every run I ended is like, okay, but I want to keep going, though. Damn it, I was just gonna play the full game, and it wouldn't have been a cliffhanger, but no, I'm curious. I can actually linger on the credits. So yeah, definitely interested in this. I like how different all the runs are. Though, a lot of them lead to the Fury, and again, you know, buff demon princess beating me to death. Okay, sure. You know, out of anything, I guess I would want to go down that route the most. Also interested in the one where it seems like you're working together against the narrator? That one seems cool. Also the one where you stab her to death. You succeed. However, she is now Ghost. Deal with it. That one's also interesting. The Stranger was like the freakiest one. That was definitely the most ominous form the princess took, but also it's behind the path that, again, I only really took because this is a demo, and I knew this game had voice acting, so I just wanted to do a whole bit where I was just real obdurate about the voice acting. Narrator taking my position, the jerk. But yeah, I did want to do that, but otherwise that's not normally my first choice. But yeah, definitely interested in playing this whenever it comes out, which will be down the line because they're still mainly focusing on Scarlet Hollow, which, by the way, they announced recently, in fact I think that was literally today, Scarlet Hollow Episode 4 is going to be released November 22nd. So, alright. That's actually pretty close. So, I'm kind of unsure about plugs at the moment. First off, I might, next week, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, do Haunted PS1 demo disc, because it's almost out of season technically, and I want to play the whole thing, but also, it was designated Spooky Month, and we're going to leave Spooky Month soon. I do have one more Saturday stream in October, which I think I ended the last stream by saying I didn't. I got that incredibly wrong. Note that there is one Saturday left in the month. I just forgot because I was 2 steps away from sleeping. But yeah, there's still one Saturday left, but I will probably have more demos to play, and I want to get through all of them. I've been enjoying them so far, and I want to give everybody their fair shake. So, look, most people played Haunted PS1 demo disc before October, so that it would be done in October. I'm the opposite. I started in October, and guess what? Spooky Month continues into November. I mean, it's election season, so, like, that's kind of Spooky Month, right? I think that's pretty scary, so yeah, November equally as spooky. But, yeah, regardless, I will be streaming next Tuesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. What it will be, I'm not 100% sure. Same thing for Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, because if Scarlet Hollow is coming out that soon, I might just want to pick something shorter instead of Dragon Ball Xenoverse, because I get the feeling I'm going to play Xenoverse for a while? Then again, I could also start Xenoverse, and then I could always air reruns while playing Scarlet Hollow Episode 4, just have that in the corner. And, I'll just be on Namek in the episodes you've already seen. And we can do that. But I'm not 100% sure yet. Might play something short, might play Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I will figure it out in the 2 days I have to figure it out. But yeah, Saturday, of course, is going to be more Haunted PS1 demo disc. That's 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. That one I'm certain of. That being said, though, other things I'm certain of, I'm also certain I have a channel on YouTube. That's Fefnir Masamune. That's where these VODs go, if you're not already watching this on that channel. But guess what? You know what else is on that channel other than the VODs? Also my LPs. Mega Man 11 sometimes on Mondays, Fire Emblem Echoes is sometimes on Fridays, but there is still a little bit of October left, meaning Castlevania 3 still takes precedence, so it's also going to be updating a few more times. But then it will no longer be October, which sucks. It feels like October just started. It feels like spring just started, but it's already kind of vanishing, isn't it? It's all already almost gone. We're almost to November, which is still fall, but it's the colder fall, which I'm kind of into. I like cold weather. But yeah, do I have any other plugs? Oh yeah, so you can, throw money at me through Patreon or Coffee if you want. I'm Fefnir on both those sites. but you can find the links easily enough in the Twitch bio, or the YouTube banner, or underneath the YouTube videos. There we go. I think that's all the plugs, right? I think that's all plugs. Alright, well then, if that's it, I guess I will see y'all next time. I enjoyed this one. I'm not surprised I enjoyed it, but definitely worthwhile playing the demo for this. I'm glad I did, even though I got cliffhanged several times. I'm shaking my fist, but like, lovingly. I shake my fist out of respect, because you've drawn me in, Black Tabby Games. You did it again, you bastards. Great way to talk about people whose games you like playing. Anyway, though, I guess Weird MC Hand is just gonna hang out here for a bit, gonna linger over quits, because that's what I'm gonna do in a moment. But before that, I'm gonna go to the end screen, and then after like 30-40 seconds, I'm gonna click end stream, and then that'll be the end of that. So, I guess you will witness that happening. Hope you have a good night while that happens, and afterwards, and I will see you next time. Wait, it says stop streaming, not end stream. It's completely different. I'm sorry. My wording was awful, I paraphrased.